No, no, no. On this one.
Terribly nice.
Hey, hey. These are pajamas. They're to sleep in. You're to climb into them. You understand?
Thank you.
Then you do your sleeping on the couch, see? Not on the bed. Not on the chair. On the couch. Is that clear?
You know my favorite book.
You haven't been sleeping much. For that matter, you haven't been eating much either. What's happening?
Sometimes I wonder which city we're in.
Back in India after 2 decades. And the schedule is certainly punishing. But we are way past midpoint. And look at the reviews. Fabulous ones, right? You like them?
Nice. Nice.
Just nice. What is it? Must be the fatigue. And I'm not surprised. Your tours have only increased over the years. And there's only that much a body can take. You know? Especially when...
When you're getting older.
No. No, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say, when there's so much energy spent on each performance.
No harm in stating the truth. No one is getting any younger, least of all me. What's today looking like?
Well, yeah. Today, interview with the press at 10. There's lunch with the local organizers. Stage check and rehearsals by 3 p.m. And at 7 you're on.
How long do I have before my first interview?
You have an hour and a half, so you have time. I need to go to the venue to organize some stuff. The reception desk will let you know when the press guys arrive.
Okay.
Shravaka, you will be in your room, right?
Don't know. I guess someone will find me.
In that case, why don't you carry your phone with you? I will call you when they come.
Welcome to yet another episode of Under the Spotlight. We have with us here the dancing sensation who's taken Indian classical dance to the world stage. And guess what? She's not even an Indian. Welcome to the show, Shravaka. Shravaka, a Venezuelan artist of an Indian classical art form that's been reduced to a clique of followers, but now playing at world venues. Tell me, how do you react when people say you were so largely responsible for this?
I'm as Indian as can be. Born to a Venezuelan mother, yes, but raised here. The art form predates me by about 2,000 years. And a clique of followers? No, ignorance is more like it. And I've done my part in showcasing it to the world as countless others have before me, and countless will.
That's being rather modest. And if you're just another messiah preaching about it, how come you made it here while the others didn't?
The art is larger than its practitioner, and it bestows great things on those that serve it well.
Deep. Deep. Meaning, you're saying you do it better than the others. That's why you made it big. Even better than the Indians who practice it?
I perform it, not do it. And perhaps I perform it well. Better or worse is for my audiences to judge, not me.
Sure seems to have judged you well, considering your sold-out shows, but tell me this. 2,000 years from now, or say 20 years from now, what do you think people are going to remember you for?
Do I look like a soothsayer to you?
Well, then let me rephrase that question. Tchaikovsky lives on for his Swan Lake. Mozart for his Requiem, Beethoven for his Fifth. Akira Kurosawa, Bronte sisters, Picasso, Dali, Van Gogh. See, all of these are artists that are far younger than your 2,000-year-old art form. See, your art has lived for a very, very long time. Have you sealed your immortality yet with a piece that shall outlive you?
A very long time. And you look as beautiful as ever, dear Shravaka.
You look the same too, Guru Vidwan. Padma Shri, Natya Shikhamani, Margadarisi.
The same flatteries, the same lies. I look like trash. Not that it matters. I rarely have such august visitors. What can I get you? Some water? It's not filtered mineral water, though.
I think I shall survive with tap water. Not to worry. Don't see some of those devotees you had back then to do these chores for you.
When devotees become God, erstwhile deities do their own chores. Years before the rise of the superstar. But nevertheless, someone I always saw as a worthy torchbearer of the art form, I saw as my partner in the undercurrent of a revolution.
Worthy torchbearer. Really? That's a first.
Until the fire threatened to consume the ones that held it.
The one that holds the fire owns the risk of being charred.
Not that it matters. What existed before the fire is long gone. What arose after the flames was someone I do not recognize. The mistake is to look for the first in the second.
I suppose I could spend the next 2 hours conversing about how you are, how the others in my dance batch are doing, and whom you're in touch with. But I'd much rather straight come to the point.
My time is precious too. Although not because others dictate what I should do with it, but because I choose what to do with it. Tell me. Tell me, 30 years later, what brings you to me, Shravaka?
The same arrogance, the same high-handedness. But whatever else may have passed between us, somehow I believe that you have the answer to my question. Why I would believe that is as perplexing as the question itself, considering you have never been one to give any answers, only more questions.
Yet it is to me that you return. Then it must be a question that has its roots in the past, before the fire.
What price is immortality?
Shravaka? Shravaka? Where on earth did you disappear all day yesterday? I was worried.
Visiting my past?
Didn't know you knew people in the city. But next time, tell me when you're going somewhere. Just that I had some sponsor meeting set up and they were upset not having met you.
Are they cancelling the show?
No, of course not. The show's sold out as usual. Why on earth would they want to change that? I mean, it's just that some photo obsession they wanted with you.
No. Tell them no. And listen. I'm running a little short on the pills. Please, organize them for me by today.
Running short? I just got enough to last a month.
Obviously not. Get them for me, else. You know I can't sleep.
Shravaka, this thing is not safe. It's prescription based and habit forming.
Just get them for me, for heaven's sake. And leave me alone for some time.
I'll be around if you need me.
Why is it important to be remembered for anything? Why?
Because anonymity is not something to be desired, especially not after the days, weeks, months, years of perspiration I have put in to bring me here.
That eternal search for immortality. Most think they achieve it through progeny, and some others, they believe they achieve it through their work. Even if we exist only for a blink of Earth's lifetime, and then dissolve back into Earth.
I don't think I want to be remembered as someone that helped grass grow.
What you seek is not immortality for your work. What use is that? What you seek is to have a peace declared immortal when you're still alive. So you go with the satisfaction that something will outlive you, Shravaka.
A cruel hypothesis indeed, especially befitting someone that has had nothing but jealousy for anyone that has achieved something, while he stood by and watched.
A majority of the world stands by and watches their stars. And yet, the validation you seek is from them that stand by and watch you.
That majority may not have done it, but they appreciate my art, and it is for them that I dance.
No, you don't. You dance for the glory it brings. To see your picture on the cover of magazines. The day they stop applauding, you have little use for them. And they'll have little use of you once they find someone who does it better than you do.
And is that wrong? Is it wrong for an artist to live by the applause she hears from her audiences?
Be honest to yourself, Shravaka. Is it the art that brings you glory? Or is it that the glory defines your art?
Your art had honesty. You have trained so many that have gone on to become stars. Look at you and look at me. We both stand here at this point of time, face to face. Where did your validation go? Penniless, bereft of a kingdom. A fallen king, indeed, if there was one.
Shravaka, you and I are two sides of the same coin, tied by an umbilical that cannot be cut. I did not make the millions you made. I do not have fans gathering outside my hotel lobby. I'm not recognized when I go out, except perhaps by those I owe money to. And yet it is to me that you turned for your answer. Because in your heart of hearts, you know that I found my joy in my art. And you lost yours in the applause. Do you see the irony, Shravaka?
Then why do I dance? For whom? And for what?
At this rate, I really will have to cancel the rest of the tour. This is the third time you missed your appointments. Your sponsors are not going to be happy.
Why don't you?
Because that would mean curtains down for all that you've achieved so far. Listen, I know you're tired and you need a break. Just 2 more shows. and then you can take a break.
Before I start the circus again.
Circus? Isn't this what you always wanted? What's it with your stars? You spend 1/3 of your life slogging it out for the crowds, the adulations, the accolades, and the applause. And the next third, you spend sighing, oh, what a burden it is to carry on your shoulders. And the last 1/3, you spend staring at people climbing up the hill which you've just descended, reminding everyone you've been there, done that, while you wait in line for a Lifetime Achievement Award. Circus.
You know, in all the time that I've known you, I don't believe I've heard you speak more sensibly than you just did. You speak like he would.
Who would?
I remember you when your journey started with me. Naive, innocent, joyous, and filled with so much love and hope. I can hardly recognize you today. So much doubt, jealousy.
Jealousy. Even the great Guru is not immune to that. You were being known as my Guru in those days, when my star was ascending. And how did you take to that? By trying to stop my ascent.
The reason I tried to stop you was because my heart wanted us to take the world by storm, together. And my head told me, everyone has to traverse their own path. And the best way to do that was to set you free.
What did you expect? Live the life of a pauper, trying to stay true to the art as you understand it. I grabbed my chances with both hands while I could, while you kept telling me that I wasn't ready enough. I was ready enough, but you refused to believe that because that hubris, that jealousy, you had it yourself.
Water under the bridge now, Shravaka. There were two roads. You chose one.
I suppose it is rather impossible to do both. Pursue excellence in art and stay wealthy from it. I suppose there are no examples of this in living history.
Rarely you have that person. But whether they have reached an artist's zen or compromised it for a living is a secret buried in their hearts.
You do have all the answers, don't you? And for someone that has all the answers, where did it go in your own life?
Let me tell you this, Shravaka. I had often told the class back then that you and I were wedded in art. You got up and left when the dollar bill started calling. I was left behind to try and find the next Shravaka. I couldn't. Not one student came close. And I was being unfairly unkind to those that tried their best. Listening to whispers and sniggers on how I had lost my senses behind a beautiful foreigner who was my student. The great Guru fell off the pedestal. Fortunes reversed. And here I am, finished.
While I ascended to the skies, not much of an umbilical cord between us, is there?
That connection is as real as it is invisible, Shravaka. It's just a matter of time that when one of us falls, the other follows. You refuse to understand that. And maybe That's because you're afraid you'll meet the same end that I chose. Role models are not supposed to end there.
In a shocking development, Shravaka, the dancing sensation, has been rushed to emergency care at the city hospital in the early hours of this morning. According to sources at the hotel she was staying in, Shravaka was found unconscious in her room by the housekeeping staff this morning, allegedly with an empty bottle of pills next to the bed. It is not clear.
While conjectures on the cause behind Ms. Shravaka's sudden hospitalization on Thursday continue, there still seems no clarity. We attempted to reach out to her manager, who insists that it is on account of exhaustion and not because of any other reason. Physicians treating her at the medical center on requests of anonymity informed us that she was habitually taking a concoction of pills.
It is not clear whether this was an accidental overdose or attempted suicide. No note has been found.
According to reliable sources from the hospital, the dancing sensation Shravaka is also said to be suffering from delusional behavior, claiming to have conversations with her guru, Padma Shri Vidwan Margadarshi, who passed away 14 years ago when he took his own life. Our field reporter Anuradha is with some dance students closely associated with Guru Margdarshi's Dance Academy. To understand this better, over to you, Anuradha.
Thank you, Ghazala. I have with me two students who've initially been trained by the Guru and later by his senior student. Did you know Shravaka? How was her relationship like with Guru?
Shravaka was very senior in the class. We knew, even as children, that she was Guruji's favorite.
Everything Shravaka has today is because of what she learned from Guruji. Not once did she look up at him or help him since she left. Just used him.
Yeah, and she's the same woman who made all her fame and fortunes based on what she learned from Guru. She is responsible for his death.
Stay tuned, as we shall bring in more updates on Shravaka, even as millions of fans continue to pray for her.
You can see her now. Thank you, doctor. Well, well. Guess the show concluded after all.
I guess I should apologize.
And I guess I should accept. Well, the good doctor thinks you should be here for some time and take it easy.
Sometimes they're right. And I guess since there are no press briefings, interviews, sponsors, I could sleep in a bit.
I was thinking, I haven't seen you this peaceful in a long time.
Yes. I guess it happens when you find what you're looking for.
And you're looking for?
Immortality.
You found that you were immortal.
I found there was no reason to be. Why did you have to leave? If only you had told me what you were going through, instead of masking everything behind that pride of yours.
I'm not much of a guide, my dear. I'm one of those that breathed my art and did not know what it meant to survive in a hard world. One of those hopeless romantics, as history mentions often. You have the world at your feet, Shravaka. But are you really prepared for this?
Just for once, show me the joy that I once felt.
Then for this one time, give up all expectations, ambitions, validations, and dance like this is the last time you will be able to. And when you do that, in that instant, you shall become immortal.